All right, what's up? God damn it! What is up, everybody? I'm Mason, aka Amiiglows.
And I'm Kyle, aka Mr. SpaceHeater. And today we have our awesome guest.
I'm Alex, aka Nomads Customs.
All right, and we're scanning in to Touchbase Podcast Level 17. So today we've got Alex, aka Nomads Customs. How you doing, Alex?
Pretty good, guys. How are you doing?
Good. All right. So tell us a little bit about yourself, where people can find your work, things like that.
Well, people can find my work at Nomads Customs. I'm on Instagram and I'm also on Flickr, same name. And about myself, well, I started customizing when the whole Amiibo thing started coming on. That's when I just, I saw potential in a lot of them, and I knew I wanted to go to all of them. And the first one that I saw potential it was on the what's his name, Captain Falcon. That was just easily. I just saw it. I'm like, oh wow, I could totally repose this him doing the Falcon punch. And once I did, I used the hog glue effect, to do the Falcon. And I was at the time I was pretty surprised at myself that I actually pulled it off. After then, I just tried it again and again. I was like, hey, I'm pretty good at this. Let me just, focus on this. So from there on, I just kind of grew a thing for doing energy stuff, like fire, energy, stuff like that. Mm-hmm. And more about myself, I kind of like that. I kind of like the aspect of, like statues. Like I don't know if you guys have seen like sideshow statues, where sometimes they have them, like doing like a pose or an effect, and then you see, this energy or something like that, and they look really, really awesome. That's kind of where I want to go with my customs. I know a lot of people like to do, like have them like in the box with like back art. I kind of don't do that for the reason that I find myself, if I try to make a container like within the box, I kind of limit myself. Whereas if I know I have no box and no limitations, the only limitation is basically, what I can think of. That was the only reason I was able to do the nests with the Peak of Thunder. So.
Which is my favorite, by the way.
Oh, thank you, man. Thank you.
Yeah.
I was pretty proud of that one too. So.
Well, speaking of all these customs, I guess a good time to mention custom of the week is we're going to feature the Falcon Punch, Captain Falcon, or Falcon Punch, however you want to say it. And I mean, so quick little story, which I said before the show, but mention again. So I saw that custom. That was one of the first customs that really caught my eye when I joined Our Amiibo, which was kind of the first thing I joined to learn about Amiibo and get into it and all that. And so I saw somebody posted that. I was like, that is so badass. I really love that custom. And I just started doing my LED stuff. So I was like, hey, and I messaged the person on Imgur and was like, hey, I really love your custom because they had claimed it was theirs. And I would love to work with you and do like an LED in the Falcon Punch and like make it glow with that flaming Falcon Punch, like, because it would just look totally awesome. And
yeah,
so
agreed.
I messaged the person on Imgur, and they never responded. And then I later found out that it was actually your custom, not theirs. And they just stolen your image because that's what people on the internet do.
Yes. Yeah.
But so now that we're actually talking, maybe eventually we can make that happen. But you actually started doing some LED work yourself too.
I did, and that's all thanks to you, Amiiglows. For months, I since I do like energy effects and use the hot glue, I've always wanted to do LED work. I've never been able to. Every time I look for YouTube videos, it's always the same thing where hey guys, today I'm gonna show you how to do LEDs. But before that, let me give yourself some history, and then they go into like numbers, and I'm like, no, I don't want to know. I just want just tell me what I need, like how to do it, and that's it. And that's exactly what you provided, and thanks to you, I was able to do the Akuma, so that's just like the first one I did. That was came out
well,
pretty
it turned
good.
out awesome. And so, like, I'm glad I was able to help you because I know a lot of people watched that video. I got like a couple thousand views on that, which was surprising to me. It's a 45-minute tutorial. Like, literally showing everything you need to do.
While I have seen it, the way he just explained it, the fact that no one else has done anything that in detail is probably why you have so many views. Is people are like, holy crap, this is too cool. Like, that's awesome.
Yeah.
I saw that video like 10 times just because like I just saw it so many times that I studied it and it just like embedded into my head. I'm like, okay, this is what I need. This is how to do it. And your video like explained everything perfectly. It's exactly what I think people need to know. So.
Well, and then I also did the text guide, the text and photo guide, which is about as detailed as the video, but it doesn't show you exactly how to do each thing. And, you know, I used a Bowser for the text guide, but I did a Mega Man for the video, and Mega Man's definitely the easiest to work with. But anyway, enough about me and my customs. I'm glad it was able to help you, and if you ever need tips, I'm always here to answer questions and stuff. So with that, you know, we're featuring the Captain Falcon as Custom of the Week, and that thing is awesome.
Thank you.
Fun fact, Nomads, aka Alex here, is one of the artists on Amiibo 2.0. So Kyle's on 1.0, Alex is on 2.0, and actually 1.0 is finished, but
nice.
Like completely finished.
Go see it.
Except, well, minus the box art, which I need to send those photos to Seth to work on. And I will show it to you when we're done with the show, because I don't want to reveal it yet. I'm going to keep it hidden from the world, minus the people that worked on it, until 2.0 is done.
Okay, cool.
Basically,
I believe it.
Actually, do you remember which piece you were supposed to get, Alex?
I got the left arm, which is the one that's like shooting something. Yeah.
All right. So the left arm was the Game Changers. So basically, everybody got a certain piece of. You know, we revealed last episode that we're doing Mewtwo's. So the first one's a Mewtwo, the second one's in the Mewtwo. So the Game Changers had the left arm. You're getting left arm this time. The head was Gondicris on the last one, and this time it's Mordo. And so basically, it's kind of a competition in a way between all you different artists to do, you know, your thing.
Dude, whoever got right arm is gonna blow me out of the water. I should have put so much more paint on that thing. It's just not even funny. Like,
hey, but it looks awesome in the photos too. Like,
I guess.
I really want to see it now.
I will be honest. I beat myself up pretty badly about everything that I do, but like I was like.
Okay. No, but here's the thing, Kyle. Like, you can beat yourself up as much as you want without telling what you did exactly.
Yeah.
It's the least painted piece, but it's good because you did quite a bit of sculpting for it. But then the paint you did put on really accents it well.
That's true.
Whereas like some of the other pieces, the painting, you know, there's a lot of paint, but it's not necessarily like it doesn't. Well, so yours really stands out, actually, is probably the best way to put it. It stands out within the piece as something really different, and it catches your eye.
I get what you're saying. You don't have to work so hard. It's all good.
No, I'm not working for it. I mean, it's easy to say. Anyway, so yeah. No, it's good.
I know, dude. It's all good. I know.
Yeah. So anyway.
Okay. I know the other ones are just really good, too. So.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you had some stiff competition with
I had some really stiff competition.
Yeah, like, I mean, the first one had Gondicris, Evilos, AK Shop, Kick-Ash, Game Changers, Kyle, myself, and that was it.
Wow, those are all amazing artists. Amazing artists.
I know, right? So Kyle and I are kind of like, you know, down here, and everybody else is like, whoa!
No way. Come on, guys.
Like, we're here too.
Yeah, you guys are awesome, man. The stuff you guys make is great. I mean, even like you know the LED, you know, to some people it might be simple, but it brings a whole new ballpark to the community. And even Mr. SpaceHeater, your stuff is amazing too. You know the links, you know that was the first thing I saw, and I was like, wow, this guy's great. This guy's amazing. You know, like I want to do that too. But yeah, it's great.
I appreciate it. Everyone's got their own style.
Exactly.
Yeah, definitely.
Exactly.
No one
Mine
can make
just happens to be with electricity and lights.
And you're one of like 2 people that does it.
Yeah, and the other guy doesn't do NFC coils. He does switches and batteries, which is I wanted to stay away from. So you know, it's we and what's funny is we've worked on a piece not together. Like a guy hired me to install the wiring and the lighting, and then had me send the piece to that guy to add a switch and a battery to it. So I did the wiring and the LED, but then the other guy did the switch and the battery. And
cool.
I think,
double team.
I think Micus wound up with the piece after that to do some painting.
Yeah, he ended up doing work on it too. They went everywhere.
Yeah. That was actually a Hulkbuster Disney Infinity figure too, which is cool.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Right.
I don't ever know if that ever ended up being finished or what happened to it. But anyway, point being...
Definitely want to see that.
Yeah, no, me too. I would love to see the end of it. Anyway, okay, so... Custom of the Week, Captain Falcon. let's hit some Amiibo news with Kyle because we haven't done it in about 3 weeks, so we're overdue.
I was gonna say it's kind of a long list. Some of it's easy to graze over. Like some of the more recent stuff that I can get out of the way is that a lot of the newer Amiibo displays are available on Amazon now. Like the well, not necessarily Bowser, but the Mario Castle with the spinning fire wheel, the Donkey Kong stack, as well as the Link pad with the sword in the background. Those are all on Amazon now. Also, apparently, just a little tidbit, Donkey Kong and Daisy of the Mario Party series got sent in for more creation, for lack of a better way to put that. They're
More,
just up
more
for
production.
Yes, thank you. Thank you.
Okay.
Goodness. Yeah, so that got done today too. We also learned like a week or two ago that there's going to be 3 more Monster Hunter figures available for Japan, which we're still waiting for those to come over here. Those do look fantastic.
Yeah.
Totally breaking the mold with that, which is nice.
Yeah,
Shovel Knight got some more Amiibo compatibility with another game. It's in Gunvolt 2 where you can actually battle him. I'm not familiar with the game. I'm not going to talk about it like I know it, but that's cool that like the Shovel Knight is useful for more than just one thing at this point. Because for a while, if you didn't have Shovel Knight and you had Shovel Knight, like it's just wasn't much to do with it other than display it.
Yeah, I mean it's a cool looking Amiibo too. I mean, and it was funny. It was a pain in the butt because the shape of the base on the inside is different than on like the Smash Amiibo, and so I tagged Yacht Club Games in it, and I said, "Why did you make your Amiibo so hard to pull apart?" And they responded, and they're like, "Sorry, we weren't planning on people actually breaking it."
Nice.
But yeah, so they're a good group of guys over at Yacht Club, and I think they did a great job with the Amiibo because it looked really good.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it did.
So.
And thank you for making an Amiibo you can scan without opening. Like,
yes.
At least someone did that.
Yes, thank you.
That's long overdue.
Yeah, well, I mean, apparently Nintendo thinks people are going to go into stores, scan them in once, and be done with it. And so, like...
Right, and like attempt to walk out and be like, I scanned this, it's mine. Like, that's not how it works.
No.
Yeah. It's just cameras, dude.
Yeah,
so yeah.
Anyway, okay.
On to the thicker stuff here. There's 2 more things. One of them is that Metroid Prime Blast Ball will have costumes with Amiibo. 2 of them are obvious. Samus and Zero Suit Samus create costumes for it. I'm personally not thoroughly excited for the game, though it does look somewhat enjoyable when the price drops.
Wait, is that different than Federation Force?
Yeah, it's like a mini game within the game. So like it's a sport one where you can it's like a futuristic form of like soccer, I want to say. Like where they 2 teams, they have to battle ball into each other. But yeah, there's going to be costumes for your outfits because they're in big mech suits. Or mecha suits.
It's like Griffball.
Yeah, a little bit. But I don't know too much about it because I can't say I'm paying thorough attention to Metroid Prime as of late.
Fair enough.
But the other 2 Amiibo compatibility are so far Mario and Bowser. I don't know if they're going to add more. They probably might. I mean, there's a bunch of Amiibo. They might as well.
Yeah, I don't see why not.
Yeah, but that's all we know of so far. But for the juicier one, the one we always rip on every episode, the ones that are a little behind on the run here, Animal Crossing New Leaf is going to have Amiibo compatibility. What do you freaking know?
Yeah. Well, finally a reason to collect the cards.
Yeah, what do you know? Characters, actual physical character Amiibo, you will be able to scan in and they will give you items that you wouldn't otherwise get in the game that are like customized to that character. If you scan in the cards, the character on the card will come to your town to hang out. To me, that sounds like cheating, but I am not an Animal Crossing expert, so...
I mean, who's playing with a microwave?
It's not a microwave, it's my daughter's car that makes noise.
Okay, that's fine.
Good stuff.
No big deal. It sounded like a microwave. I was like, somebody hungry?
Yeah.
Okay.
It is. She already asked for a snack 20 minutes after dinner.
Well.
God.
But
no. Good job, Nintendo, for putting Amiibo compatibility into your Animal Crossing game. Not a good job on waiting a year and a half to do it.
Yeah. But you know what? It's almost like they listen to our podcast.
Or just listen to everybody.
That too.
Everywhere.
That too.
I
won't even pretend that we're that important.
I mean, we complained enough. We could have broken that rift. I mean,
yeah, you guys never know.
I mean, we did complain literally every episode that Amiibo Festival was ever made.
Yeah.
That's what it takes. Dedication.
Yes. True. It's not even hatred. Like, the best... I didn't tell you...
it's all disappointment.
So I need to tell you guys a little quick story. The other day on Bobby Paul's Facebook group, the Geek Guru / Nintendo Guru group, someone mentioned Amiibo Festival, and I said it's a miracle that game ever got produced or whatever. So I said something like the worst game ever made or something like that, and he was like, "Shut your mouth! It was actually kind of fun," or he was like, "My wife and I enjoyed it," or something like that. And his wife commented and goes, "It was garbage." And I was like, yes. So
Wow.
take that, Bobby Pauls. Even your wife disagrees with you.
For the most part, though, that was like the end of the news.
Well, okay. So we already discussed Animal Crossing to death. So,
Yeah.
okay, I'm having trouble finding another Inkling 3-pack.
Oh my God, we have tons.
What?
Right?
Okay. Maybe I'm not going to the right stores or something, but like...
Target. No one apparently shops for Amiibo at Target.
No, my Target was sold out of everything.
Oh, wow. Well, like, I haven't found Callie and Marie, and I'm just giving up on ever owning them. Like, that's out the window.
There's one sitting at my GameStop literally right now.
Yeah, dude, I can't find them. But I find the 3-pack and them individually both of those.
Well, I find the individuals everywhere. I want the 3-pack, though. So
I don't have money, or I don't know. I'm still salty about the fact that they don't do anything new.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I mean they're just like a cool repaint. I mean they look cool, but it's not like a must-have. Like, oh my God, like I gotta have them right now. I'm just kind of like, oh, like if I get them, I get them. If not, man.
I mean, like, really, if I wanted this exact color paint job, I could probably spend less money, like sending it to like Gondakris or
They should do it better.
Pixel.
Yeah, or Samriel Paintress. Like, she is the one that does all the ridiculous. Excuse me, sorry. All the ridiculous like Inkling and repaints. I could get any weapon I wanted. Like,
yeah, no doubt.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like
want
Nintendo.
Pixel Collie's paintbrush.
Yeah, that was it. Pixel Collie. Sorry, it wasn't.
Oh yeah, her stuff is amazing. Every time I see her paint skill and like the weapon she does, I'm just like, how do you do this? She blows me away all the time.
She uses Firm Super Sculpey, which like I don't even know, man. I try to use it and it's so stiff, and I get that like you won't put too many scuffs, damages, whatever. It's easier to mess with, and you can put more detail into it. But you got to be like persistent and tough. Like she is like something.
Yeah, like it looks like it was like 3D printed. I'm just like every time I see her stuff, I'm like, well, like she does like the little like treasure chest and like stuff. I'm just like, wow, always blown away by her stuff. Great.
Yeah, for real. She's another person we need to have on the show, Kyle. She needs to be added to our list of people. I can't believe she wasn't on it already. Anyway, okay. So now that we're done with Amiibo news, unless you got anything else, Kyle.
Negative.
All right. We're going to talk a little bit more about Pokemon Go. But this time, we're going to try to keep it limited and not spend the entire podcast talking about it. So what we're going to do to keep it more focused, and we talked about this a little bit last time, is what would you guys do to add Amiibo? Kyle, you're being very loud with paper.
I'm trying not to be. I've got pins, and I'm excited.
Okay. What we're going to try to do, if Kyle decides not to crinkle his paper anymore, that's right, drink your wine, Kyle. Drink your wine.
Yeah.
Fancy man.
Anyway. So what? Yeah, everybody take a drink.
Break. Drink break. All right, we're back.
All right, we're back. So what we're going to do is we're going to talk about Pokemon Go. And if you have like a really cool story you want to tell, that's fine. But let's try to keep it focused on Amiibo. And how would you bring Amiibo functionality into Pokemon Go? And here's my argument for people that have Apple devices and claim, oh, well, Apple's phone doesn't have the NFC open for use for anything. Well, that's true, but there are apps that use it, like Apple Pay, plus I'm sure there are others. And as long as the company that's building the app is willing to work with Apple to get the NFC access, then I don't see why it's not possible.
Right.
That's my argument for the Apple people, because I've seen multiple people arguing this as to why it wouldn't work. So, with that in mind, we're building on the premise of that. How would you bring Amiibo functionality into Pokemon Go?
Well, I can tell you that that's one way we could finally get Mewtwo without waiting for whatever event they have planned.
So, what I'm thinking is not, they don't give you Pokemon. Because if you let's just limit it initially to Pokemon Amiibo. So like Greninja, Pikachu, Charizard, Mewtwo, am I missing any? Jigglypuff, and Lucario. Alright. So alright, I saw Kyle have an idea. What's your idea?
I had a light bulb. So like, you know how they're planning on customizing Pokestops? Supposedly, what I'm getting the gist of this is that we're going to be able to assign specific items to specific stops, which is cool because I'm going to have specific stops for like potions, whatever, etc. Moving on. What if Amiibo the same kind of a way, where you could possibly assign what you want from them, but you can only scan them once a day, but they give you 10 items. And whether that's 10 random or that's you assign, that's
I think that's overkill. It makes the game too easy because I was thinking something similar, like have the Amiibo scan once per day and it gives you a certain item. I'm thinking they create Amiibo exclusive items, such as I don't know, like a 2x lucky egg. So it's like 4 times. Or no, that's completely broken. I'm trying like. Maybe Lucky Egg's not a good example.
Or different kinds of berries. They only have the Raz in there, and obviously we know there's a whole bunch of them, and they could be stronger berries that make Pokemon even happier, or things like that.
Yeah, like, I don't know.
Pokeballs, netball, etc.
Yeah, that would be great. So, like, that's a great idea. So there's all sorts of items in Pokemon. Oh, what about this? What about, like, a reverse Pokeflute that you have to have the Amiibo with you.
Okay.
And you have to be able to scan the Amiibo.
Yeah.
Okay.
Give me 1 second. I'll be back.
Yeah, you're good.
No worries.
Alright, so what if you like scan, say, the Pikachu Amiibo? Yeah. And the Pikachu Amiibo, you have to scan it or you scan it in, you have 30 minutes where that Amiibo's effects are active, and it makes Pokemon like, I don't know, like 1.5 times as likely to be caught, or
that's a good idea. Yeah.
Or like another one could be like scan Jigglypuff in and it makes, or scan Mewtwo in and it makes Pokemon like it makes them kind of like an instance in a way. It makes Pokemon appear more often near you, basically a replacement for instance, but have it so you can only activate it once per day and you only get it for like 30 minutes or something like that.
Yeah, that sounds awesome.
Or like another thing I was initially thinking that kind of spurred me on to like this line of thinking was like you scan the Amiibo in and you get an item that you can use. You can only scan it, so you only get 1 per day. So like, and it's like an anti-Pokeflute. So the Pokeflute wakes Pokemon up. This puts them to sleep. So it puts the Pokemon you're trying to catch to sleep for 3 ball throws. So it doubles your chances of catching the Pokemon for 3 ball throws, and then you're done with that item for the day. Like you can't get it again.
Awesome. Yeah, because I've heard like I'm still like level 12, so I mean I know people there's like 17, 18, like there's but yeah, maybe like it'll make like the higher CP level Pokemon easier to catch. That's awesome because that gets harder, you know, as you level up.
Or another good one would be like with like Greninja. Like Greninja's super fast, right? So what if you scan in Greninja and for 30 minutes or an hour or whatever, Pokemon you encounter will not run away?
That's a good one too.
I just walked into this and I like that.
No, so you missed a whole line of. You're just gonna have to
listen
to the
podcast.
podcast.
I like the no running thing because when you have like an 800 like Tentacruel and it's like no, and it flees after the first Pokeball and you want to kill somebody, I don't like that.
So we came up. I'll just do a quick recap. So basically, the idea is you scan an Amiibo and you can only scan it once per day, and you get a time-limited thing happens. This time-limited thing, the ideas we come up with is, no running.
Mm-hmm.
Pokemon are like twice as easy to catch. Like basically the ball's effectiveness gets like increased, not necessarily doubled, but increased.
Or like the rings go to green if they're yellow, or yellow if they're red.
Yeah, exactly. Things like that. Forget the other one. What was the other one we came up with?
I think it gives you it makes Pokemon.
Pokemon occur more often.
Oh yeah.
Pokemon, so like when you scan Mewtwo, like Pokemon occur more often. It doesn't really matter which Pokemon does what, but like you have 6 potential opportunities to, and make it limited. You can only use that amiibo once per day, kind of thing.
That sounds fair.
Yeah.
And so that way, like the other thing I said, it was like an item that basically is like an anti-Pokeflute. Like it puts the Pokemon to sleep for 3 ball throws before. And just like in the game, it doubles your chances of catching that Pokemon.
Dude, the amount people will go, like, I know people that have bought way more than they should on that app already.
I haven't spent a single dime.
I spent a little bit. I have held back. I've done pretty good, yeah. Mine's in like the 15-ish range. But imagine how many people would buy Amiibo. Imagine how people would be like, oh, this one gives me this much for a half an hour. I'm going to buy 6 of those so that they can scan it 6 times.
No. Limit it. You can only scan no matter, like, each type of Amiibo.
Okay.
Yeah, it can only be scanned once. So, like, for, like, us people that are crazy and have, like, 5 Mewtwo's sitting in their house, you know, it doesn't matter how many you have. You scan one, you've got Mewtwo's ability for the day.
Okay.
But you can activate. You can scan it in once per day, but you can activate it whenever you want. So like just because you scan it, you don't have to activate it immediately.
What about like say if you scan a Pikachu, like you can train with them, you know, for like 5 minutes or like 3 matches, you know.
Wait, sorry. Say that one more time.
Oh, like say if you scan Pikachu, you know, like maybe you can train with him like, you know, 3 times, but like once a day.
Yeah, that'd be cool too. I mean, like, I feel like there's a lot of opportunities for Amiibo within Pokemon Go, and like, I mean, NFC on Android is unlocked essentially, so you can. There's no reason that Niantic couldn't say, oh, we're gonna just make it so we scan in, you know, Amiibo once a day, and like, they don't have to limit it to Pokemon Amiibo. They could do literally. There's like, how many Amiibo are there now total? Like, not including Animal Crossing cards.
We breached 100 with the Splatoon.
Okay,
release.
So there's 100 just there. Not to mention 400 plus Animal Crossing cards.
Jeez.
If they wanted to,
the one hurdle that you really got to get over, that's the tallest hurdle on the friggin' planet, is Niantic and Pokemon Company wanting to delve in with Nintendo into this, because technically Nintendo has nothing to do with this.
Well, they own 30% share or something like that in Pokemon, or in the Pokemon Company, but.
Right, but the fact that, as far as we know, like the Pokemon Company isn't even interested in doing anything for Sun and Moon so far. It's early still, but that right there is a bad sign. I hope all this comes through. Pokemon is like their next golden ticket, like into Amiibo.
Well, I never understood why Nintendo split them off. Like that never made sense to me. Like I know they worked with Game Freak to develop Pokemon. And I don't know if the deal was even from the get-go Pokemon was a separate thing, or like it branched off later. I thought Nintendo owned Pokemon for a long time.
Yeah.
I don't know. Do you guys know?
Not 100%.
No.
I can't talk about it like I do. But as far as I know... Oh, go ahead.
Oh, no. I was just going to say that I am surprised that Pokemon came back so, you know, big as it did like in the 90s. Like I never thought it was going to be back, you know, like that strong. So, you know, like there's people at work, you know, like just, you know, on their phones, and it's hilarious. But yeah, I'm just like, really, like, you know, it's back. Like I don't know. I was so surprised by that. But it's pretty cool too. So
yeah, no, the nostalgia factor is huge. Like my fiance doesn't even. She's never played Pokemon like the handheld games like much, but she. What, you did play them a lot? Okay, she said she played them a lot. Anyway, she wasn't a huge Pokemon nerd like me. She agreed with that. But
right, my girlfriend never was either. Like, she never got into that kind of thing. But she saw me playing and she downloaded it and she got addicted. Like, she's as bad as me now. Everywhere she goes, she's got to open it now.
No, so the other night, I don't know if you guys heard her go, no! So the other night, we went to like a Mexican restaurant down the road for dinner. And this is my tangent story. So you guys, we each get a tangent story if we want, and then we'll focus back on Amiibo. So we went to dinner at this Mexican restaurant we always go to get tacos, and we did. And on the way home, it's literally like a 5-10 minute drive on the way home. It took us an hour and a half to get home because of Pokemon Go.
If you're gonna tell it right.
All right. Well, you come in. You come on air and tell it.
Fuck no.
Oh my goodness.
And that took a while.
Oh, so sorry. We went to the park, and then from the park we went home, and that took about an hour and a half. But when we get there's a Pokestop like in this little neighborhood apartment complex right before where we live, and so we stop there for the Pokestop, and we get the Pokestop, and someone's got a lure up, so there's like a few things around. We catch the stuff we want. Then we head on our way. Probably about 15, 20 seconds after I started driving, she goes, "Oh my God, a Charmander!" and screamed, and I'm like, "Oh my God!" Like thinking I'm about to hit
Did you
something.
swerve out of control?
Right. Like,
Yeah,
oh.
and I like swerved off. Like there's an exit for the apartment complex that's on our right, and I swerved into the exit and just came to a stop. I was like, "What the hell are you doing?" She's like, "There's a Charmander." I'm like, "Okay, great, but it just scared the crap out of me." And so, funny thing, she ended up catching the Charmander and it ran away from me.
Oh,
And it was like
worst karma.
it was like a 400 level. No, she caught it, and it ran away from me.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, you had to deal with the scream, the almost death, and then to go get this Charmander, but then you didn't even get the Charmander.
Well, mine was like level 400. Hers was like 19. So there's the karma.
Good. All right.
Yeah. Alex, do you have a good Pokemon Go story yet?
Not really. The other day, I was with my girlfriend, and I was about to drive, so I gave her my phone, I'd be like, "Hey, can you, do the Pokestops?" And she looks at me, she's like, "You too with the Pokemon?" I'm like, "Hey, well, yeah, So she wants to play it, but I don't think she has enough room on her phone. But yeah, like the last time she was like, "Oh, you with your Pokemon," I'm like, "Hey, like, come on, like you want to too." But that's about it. I don't really have a Pokemon Go story.
That's all right. I can't say I have any great story yet. I just keep going to the same spot every time I get a chance on lunch, because there's a place in downtown near where I work that's just got like 6 Pokestops in a span of 50 feet or like 100 feet. So everyone just crowds right there. So that's usually where I end up going, and it's right on the lake. So like everything spawns there, everything you can imagine.
Oh, sweet.
But this is a good time to plug, because this weekend, on Saturday, the 30th, we're actually doing our first. Pardon me. Oh goodness, there's a child running around here now. We're doing our first Pokemon Go tour, which I'm hoping catches on, whether it's us that continue to do them or other people start doing them. I really don't care, I guess. I'd like to be the one, but however it goes, it goes. But so we're going to 4 different cities within this span, which is like they're all right along the Illinois-Wisconsin border, and just kind of going around and dropping lures everywhere we go in some of the more hot spots, talking to people, and I want to make a small video, maybe small. I think I'm going to have to make 2 versions, like long and short and sweet. That kind of just talk about the positive aspects of the game and talk about. I know, I'm sorry. You had to do this while I'm talking? Here. Go. Here.
You can bring her in the podcast if you want.
I don't mind. The other parent is.
Doesn't want her on screen.
Not so sure. Yeah, exactly. That's why I don't post her on Instagram a lot either, that's why.
That's fine.
It's understandable. I get it.
No, it's fine.
Yeah.
I completely understand. But I was just saying, if it would make it easier for you, you can do that.
He's watching now, so that's good. But we're dropping lures. I'm going to be handing out pins, which is totally what I was making a whole bunch of noise about before. I'm mainly going to try and hand out to people that actually want to do interviews and things like that. Like there's Ballard.
Oh, sweet.
And I'm wearing my Mystic on my shirt. I wore it to work today.
Yeah, Mystic.
Boo!
What?
You're an instinct, right?
Instinct.
How dare you, boo.
There's an instinct.
Instinct.
But no, I'm excited.
We're the team that nobody cares about because we suck.
Comeback. That's a really good comeback.
Either you're sparse or you guys are just ridiculously strong around here. Like there's no in between. Like there's no.
So like, I'm level 20. All my teammates like around Raleigh that I found are like all like level 30 already, and I'm like, how did you do that?
They're intense.
Like I'm 1 Magikarp away from a Gyarados right now.
Nice.
Oh, nice.
I know. I'm at like 160 thinking I'm feeling good, and everyone's like, I'm on my 2nd Gyarados, and I'm like, you can curse word. Yeah,
I
like
have a Magikarp.
Well, that's the thing. The lakefront I go to, because it's on the water, that is the most populated Pokemon for the most part. That's fun. Oh, him and Poliwag just like crazy. I'm so close to a Poliwrath, I can taste it.
Oh, I got a Poliwrath this past weekend.
No.
So, I have a question for you guys. On Saturday night, were there crap tons of Clefairy everywhere for you?
Nope.
No, I've caught 2, I think.
So,
total. Yeah.
Apparently, I was in Boone, North Carolina, which I'm now calling Mount Moon, because I caught enough Clefairies in one day, or like a day and a half, to evolve a Clefable.
Nice.
Wow.
Like,
sweet.
It was ridiculous. But and then I talked to a couple other people around Raleigh who had a similar experience, but in Raleigh, I was in Boone, and I was like, well, and they're like, well, it was a full moon on Saturday night. I was like, oh. So I was like, maybe it's a region-specific thing, but like they were thinking that that's why there were so many Clefairies, because it was a full moon. And I was like, well, but that's not holding true, because it's a full moon for everybody. And you guys didn't experience a bunch of Clefairy. I asked Josue, he didn't, but I know a bunch of people that did, even online, had a similar experience.
Right, but here's the other question. How many people were thoroughly paying attention? Like, I can't even remember how much I played on Saturday night.
Yeah, same.
True. Well, so that's something to keep in mind. Next time there's a full moon, go out like at night and see how many Clefairy you can find. Because I'm thinking that's when Clefairies show up.
Yeah, that's true. That's pretty awesome, because that's kind of staying true to like the Pokemon roots, or that world. So that's awesome if that's true.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, and the guy from Niantic that was at San Diego Comic-Con said there's all sorts of Easter eggs hidden within Pokemon Go that people haven't covered yet.
Yeah.
And,
did you see everyone trying all the Ditto stuff? Like everyone and their mothers trying anything they can to find a Ditto, like every kind of Easter egg they could think of. Have you seen that?
No, I haven't seen that.
Oh, because like his description is he's hiding in plain sight, and unless if he looks at a Pokemon, he can change them perfectly, but if he can't, he always messes it up by memory. So people just started naming all their Pokemon Ditto to see if anything would happen, and then people were doing there's a long laundry list of different schemes people were trying to see if a Ditto would like randomly appear or just shapeshift from one of their Pokemon. It was pretty funny.
Well, so okay, what I'm thinking he's talking about is, I think there are going to be Dittos. I think they're going to be rare, but I think it's going to be like a Rattata or a Pidgey or something that shows up all the time, and you have to click on those because I ignore most of them. But I think that's going to be the trick, is clicking on those Pokemon that show up all the time.
My theory is, I think they do want to implement battling, eventually, where you can battle other trainers. Because Ditto you never really battle Ditto as Ditto. He's always a Pokemon. They might wait until you actually battle Pokemon with Pokemon for him to spawn in the wild, and then it turns into whoever you're battling with, like that kind of a thing. Just because they might want to take advantage of the fact that he changes instead of giving you a Pokemon that you're never going to see change right now in this version of the game, except for gym battles, which is a potential thing, but otherwise it would just always be a Ditto, which it defeats the purpose of the Pokemon.
Yeah. Oh, so one more quick funny thing. Me and 2 other coworkers play currently. One of my coworkers, his phone is not necessarily. It's like a Motorola Moto E or something like that. It's like a really crappy, cheap, smartphone, right? It's the dumbest smartphone I think I've ever seen. And so he couldn't download Pokemon Go from the App Store. He was able to install it via the APK file, but it can't update. So he's still in the original 0.5.1 version or whatever. He can't update, and so it glitches out all the time.
That sucks.
But what's funny about it is that because of he wants to play, he's not obsessed like I am, but he plays a lot. He bought a brand new phone because he can't stand not being able to play properly.
That is understandable.
Yeah.
Dude, it's so funny. It's so funny seeing all the retailers putting up their own signage to get people to buy stuff for Pokemon Go. Like Best Buy's just using printed paper of the Pokemon Go symbol with a Charmander, and they're just taping it above phone racks. I'm sure corporate was like, so we don't have signage for this, but everyone needs to print these off and hang them up in their stores today. Like, so
I'm surprised, I'm surprised no one's come out with a portable charger, but like labeled it as a Pokemon, battery extender.
Have
like,
you
official?
Have you seen the 3D? I don't know if it's 3D printed, but it's
the Pokeball battery charger.
No, the phone charger that looks like a Pokédex, where you stick your phone in the screen slot and it charges your phone, and that's how you play. That is the way I want to go.
I haven't seen that. That sounds awesome.
So I bought. It was I think it was like $20 on Amazon on Prime Day. This like 2100 milliamp or whatever. Like basically you get like 2 to 4 charges out of the thing on a smartphone while playing Pokemon Go. Thing is awesome.
That sounds pretty beast.
It's giant and it weighs a crap ton, but
it works.
It does. So
because I have a little small one that only charges my phone from like 5% to 60% before it dies.
Hold on one second. I'll grab it.
Gonna be this monster and be like, yes, my battery.
The boombox.
Here it is.
For real.
That's a portable charger?
Yeah, this is a portable charger.
Is it
that was a phone. Yeah, I thought it was a phone.
No, this is the charger.
That's legit. You were not kidding.
And
can you go back in time with it too?
It's got a flashlight.
This fits in your pocket. It's versatile.
Yes. It's called the Brio Lux.
Okay.
Okay.
I don't know if that's backwards for you guys or not. It looked like it was on my screen. Model LS-2186. It's still on sale for like $20 on Amazon Prime.
I can pay
wow.
With free shipping. Like, totally worth it. Totally worth it.
Yeah, I don't think you can go wrong with that.
And it's got 2 USB chargers and then mini USB or micro USB for input. So, and it comes with like this nice little cloth carrying case, which I lost very quickly. But I mean, it weighs a lot, but it works. Like, so I charged it up like 2 or 3 days ago, and I haven't used it yet, but it's still at 100%. So.
Oh, nice. Like, does it get warm or no?
Not really. My phone gets warmer than that does.
Wow.
Oh, okay.
That's nice.
I'll check it out.
Yeah, totally worth buying. But yeah, okay. So I think we've done enough Pokemon Go for today. We spent about 20 minutes on it.
Yeah.
Not too bad considering we spent
reasonable.
We spent like an hour and a half last time. So.
What's Pokemon Go?
Yeah. All right. So let's go into our final segment, which is essentially just like a Q&A with you, Alex. So we've got, unfortunately, we didn't really post online about who we're having on this week, and so we just general questions for you. So nothing from the audience, as it were.
Cool.
So you said already kind of gave a little quick answer to this a little bit earlier, but like, what got you started doing customs? Like, before Amiibo, were you doing customs of other things, or was it really the Amiibo that kicked you into doing customs?
The Amiibo was the thing that kicked me into overdrive. But I started back with the Kid Robot because there were vinyl figures. So I started with that, and then from there I saw other artists work, and that really inspired me. And then I kind of started doing my own creations. And I think I have a Spawn Dunny on my page. I think it's like all the way in the bottom. But that was one of the ones that I was pretty proud of back then. I kind of want to redo it again just because I want to add stuff that I've learned now. Mm-hmm. But that's how I started. Then when the Amiibo came along, like I said, I saw potential in those, and I saw a lot can be done. And then quickly, when they came out, people started posting their customs, and then from there it just went on to like crazy things. And I'm so glad it is where it is now, because now people can do anything out of like any character. So that's just amazing to see like every time.
Yeah. So you basically specialize in hot glue, energy, fire, things like that, and I mean, you also do awesome repaints as well. But the hot glue stuff is really what I think sets you apart from other artists. Like I dabble in it a little bit, but like my hot glue work is not nearly as amazing as yours. But your hot glue is also painted, but still translucent.
Yes.
What sort of paints do you use to do that?
I use Tamiya clear paint. I actually have it here, I think. Give me 1 second, and I'll...
Yeah, sure, no problem. Because I've been... So, for, like, my Mewtwo custom, I do, like, the swirling galaxy thing above his hand. And and I leave it the hot glue color, and I would love to be able to paint it like clear purple or something.
Oh yeah, definitely. So this is the brand I use. I don't know if you can see it. Tamiya Clear Paint.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And I think they have yellow, red, orange, green, blue, and I think smoke. But for other colors, you can easily just get acrylic paint and get a diluter, and basically just dilute it and do small layers of thin layers, and you'll get a nice effect for the Mewtwo to get a purple, to get like a nice aura purple.
So could you combine the red and the blue to make a purple, or would the
you would probably have to do that first, like on a palette, and then water it down, and then do multiple layers, and yeah, you can do that.
Yeah, I've never really done painting at all, so I'm kind of hesitant to try. But I mean, can't hurt to try at some point.
Yeah, that's how I learn.
Yeah, exactly. So you already talked about your first custom in Amiibo was the Captain Falcon, which is our custom of the week. And like, how long did it take you to do that first one?
That one took me to think about maybe roughly 3 days. The first day was just prepping and seeing, if everything matches, which it did. And then from there, I sculpted it, the limbs back together. Then after that, I let it dry for 24 hours, came back to it, sanded it down, and then I painted it. And then after that, that's where I do the hot glue thing last, and I kind of just freestyle from there. And with flames, flame never really has a specific form. So how I go about it is I just kind of go crazy with it, and it gives it that fire effect. And then from there, I kind of just started doing like dashing effects, laser effects, and stuff like that. I still want to try out some crazy things that I have a lot of ideas. I just don't have time for it. But there's some crazy stuff that I'm working on that I would love to show.
Cool.
Hopefully soon. Yeah.
Well, I can't wait to see it. So you said it took you about 3 hours, or 3 hours or 3 days to do that.
3 days.
So 3 days. Now, if you were to do that custom again, how long do you think it would take you?
I think about 2 days.
About 2 days? All right.
Yeah. Maybe if I use Super Sculpt, maybe even a day. So, but talking about that, I would actually have. I would love to redo it and include you with the LED effect, so it'll glow and make it 2.0 basically. Yeah.
Well, by the way, I'm holding my cat Evie. Evie's back. Prefer every podcast.
Awesome cat and name.
Yes, I know. I see you. Love you too. Go away. Okay. So I think the challenge with that would be you repose it, correct?
Yes.
So I've never reposed Captain Falcon to that degree, and so I think you would have to either walk me through doing it, or I would have to, or you'd have to repose it and basically make it so it can be disassembled, but then easily put back together. And then I would have to put the LED stuff in, send it back to you. I don't know. We'd have to figure something out. But
yeah, I would love to do that. Yeah, that sounds fun.
We can figure something out and get it done at some
point.
Definitely. Like I said before, my life is very hectic right now, starting wedding planning and job and everything else. So it'll happen eventually, but maybe not right now. All right, so let's see.
Give me 1 sec. My computer's dying. Let me just get my charger.
Yeah, sure. No problem.
That's literally the same thing I just did, too.
Perfect.
I switched spots because the charger's in here, just coming in here.
It's fine. Kyle, you got any questions for Alex?
Well, an easy one is, which one has been your favorite one to work on so far?
My favorite one to work on? I think it's between the Ness, PK Thunder, the Falcon. The Falcon's always fun for me to do, just because I already know the ins and out of it, so I could do that pretty easily. So that's always fun. But the one that I really had fun and trial and error was the Ness. That one was just really fun, and being able to do something that I don't think anybody was possible to do. That was just something because even me, I was like, I don't even know how to go, but how to go about it, and I just brainstorming until I finally figured it out. And I'm like, oh, hey, this kind of works. Let me try it, and it did, and it turned out pretty awesome. So.
That's
well, thank you, man. With that one, I originally wanted to include the LED, so when it's scanned, the thunder lights up. But at the time, I didn't know how to work that. So I would actually love to redo that one as well with LEDs.
Well, and if you need ideas on how to hide the wire and things like that, I mean, I'm all for trying to help you do that. But I think you've pretty much got a good handle on it. After that Akuma, I think you're fine.
No, thank you, man.
So, but I'm out of questions.
My last one on the flip side is what has been the hardest one to do? Not counting the firsts. If it is a first, that's fine. But like, what has been the hardest one since then?
The hardest one, the Akuma. I think that one was just figuring out the posing and how to get the wire from the base to light up his kanji and the eyes. That was kind of took me a couple of days to figure it out, and then actually do it. And then even then, it was the beads. I couldn't find the right beads for it until it finally went to Michael's and they restocked it, and they had like plenty to choose from. So, yeah, I think that was one of the,
So on the Akuma, how many LEDs did you end up using?
One.
Just one.
Yeah.
And you got it. So the beads and his eyes were lighting.
Yeah. It turned out pretty like that was one of those where like I tried it and I was like, wow, this actually works. And then from there I just went on from the hair. So what I did was I hollowed out the chest inside, and I cut out the kanji on his back, and then dremeled the inside of his head, and then dremeled the eyes as well. So that's why just the light kind of shines through everything.
Got it. Okay.
That makes sense.
Clever. Very clever.
No
doubt. Well, so I've got. Oh, dang it! My phone's. I don't know where my phone is. Well, I was going to show you my latest one. This one.
Oh, sweet. But
I'm an idiot and don't have my phone, so I'll do it after the podcast. But because I've got photos of it, I just need to post them. It's Duck Hunt, and I made the stand glow, and it's hot pink. It's wonderful.
Oh, sweet.
But
I want to see that.
Yeah, I'll show you guys that one in a minute, and then I'll show you the Amiibo after the show. So I think we're out of questions, and unless Kyle's got another one.
I don't have any questions, to be honest. There's just two more segments. Things. Did we make fun of Bobby Pauls yet?
We did not make fun of Bobby Pauls yet. We got to do that.
And I got to do one more plug because I didn't fulfill my plug.
You got to what?
I got to fulfill my Pokemon Go plug.
All right. Well, fulfill your Pokemon
10
Go.
seconds. It's easy. I hope everyone can find the video. I don't know if we're gonna make YouTube yet, so I can't say that, which stinks. But you can find us on Twitter at PokeGoTours. Otherwise, you can find us on Instagram at PokeGoToursUS. We do plan to do more of these in the future and things like that, but we will have a video for people to watch, and I would just love if people could watch it, see what they think, see if they would want to do more stuff like that in the future.
And related to that, I didn't plan this. There is a Pokemon Go meetup in Raleigh this weekend that has 1,200 people saying they're going.
That's solid.
And it's planned to meet at like the downtown convention center, and then they're going to split into your team, Instinct, Mystic, or Valor, and you then go with your team. You don't have to stick around for the whole thing. Do what you want essentially, but 1,200 people are saying they're going, with 4.2 thousand people interested.
That's pretty awesome, man.
It's insane.
It's gonna be like a Warriors. Like different things.
I'm not going. I don't want to have anything to do with that many people.
That is a lot of people. That's hectic.
Like, that's too many people. But what that means is that all the best spots, because there's one really good spot downtown for Pokemon Go, and it's called Nash Square, and there's Electabuzz everywhere, and like there's a crap ton of Pokestops, and there's food and breweries and places for soda, like all sorts of stuff. So it's a good little place, but that's the closest really good hunting spot near where they're starting. So there's no way 1,200 people are going to be able to. 1,200 people getting in that square is going to be insane. So I'm avoiding that. So I'm going to go to some other places and do some hunting other places.
That makes sense.
Anyway, so we do need to make fun of Bobby Pauls for a couple things, because, and this is not going to be a regular segment, because we love Bobby. He's great. He's been on the show a bunch of times. He's a great guy, but we need to call him out on some stuff. So first thing is on the latest episode of If We Ran Nintendo, which is a fantastic podcast, and if you don't listen to it, you should. And it's basically Bobby Pauls and Sean Capri. By the way, happy birthday, Sean Capri. It's today.
Hey, happy birthday.
Yeah, birthday, man.
Happy birthday to Sean. He does the We the Gamer podcast as well as Netflix Nerdflix and Chill, I believe is the other one. Anyway,
Awesome.
So Bobby and Sean did they do like 1 or 2 topics per episode. So their latest episode, they did a topic with the future of Pokemon now that Pokemon Go's out, and like how would you expand the franchise, blah, 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 blah. And they talked about mostly Bobby. Sean really didn't. He participated and added some stuff, but Bobby kind of just pioneered this one. When I say pioneer, that's using the term very loosely because I know he listens to this podcast, and so I know when he came up with a lot of the ideas, he totally stole them. Well, he didn't steal them because it's not like it's our property, but he got a lot of those ideas from listening to us. So Bobby, we're on to you. Now, I believe Kyle has a related grievance.
Also, good job. Anyone that follows my Twitter at Mr. SpaceHeater knows that I've been talking a lot about the Pokemon Go tour I'm planning here. And yesterday was like, I need to make a Twitter. It only makes sense. I can post updates during the during the tour, things like that. People know specifically where we are. I ended up following a bunch of Amiibo people just because they're the first people, these people in the community to follow. They already know me. Followed everybody. He was one of them. I followed both his Nintendo Guru and Geek Guru just for kicks. And he ended up messaging me from both accounts within, not even at the same time. He first messaged me from Nintendo Guru with his very formal, very professional, please watch my video. It was awesome, but I messaged him right back, and I was like, I mean, I can. I'll sub if I make a YouTube out of this, and I'll like it again, but do you know this is me? And he totally just like had a freak out. He was like, oh, what the fuck? He's like, you made this account? I was like, yeah. And he's like, oh, never mind. And then not 20 minutes later, he messaged me from Geek Guru with the same formal professional message asking me to watch. I didn't even respond to that one. I was like, all right, I'm going to let this fly. But I was like, good job.
He might be using one of those services that when he gets messaged, sends a very a formal automatic reply.
Which is what I was assuming when I got the second one. I was like, okay, that makes more sense. But I just found it really funny, just his response. He was very like, oh, duh. Like,
all right, well, there you go, Bobby. That's us ragging on you. So, and it's all in fun because, you do.
We love the guy.
He does great work, and we love watching his shows. And he's doing a bunch of cool new features on his Nintendo Guru's channel, like talking about Pokemon Go. He does custom Amiibo showcases where he features artists, sort of like we do, but in a shorter format. He does like all sorts of cool stuff. He's worked with Josue, our other co-host, who's not here tonight because he's in Disney World. I really hope he's catching something awesome at Disney World.
Lucky. That's my goal.
Yeah. So
our family's like, are you guys gonna get bored? Because my girlfriend's pregnant. We have a 1-year-old, and I'm like, if we're gonna play Pokemon for a few hours, if we get bored, it'll be fine.
A few hours.
Yeah. So anyway, Bobby, you're awesome. Josue, we miss you, buddy.
Right.
Come back soon. So with that, I think we're gonna wrap it up.
First of all, though, thank you for being on.
Thank you guys for having me. It's a true honor, believe me. It's a real honor.
Same on this end. Like,
yeah.
Thank you, man.
Yeah, especially because I only messaged you yesterday, and you were like, yeah, no problem. So it's good to have people that are very flexible because we are not known for our punctuality or
prioritizing,
for recording,
scheduling, everything.
Yeah,
that's always fun, right?
Yeah. All right, guys. Well, that's about it for today. I'm Mason, aka Amiiglows.
And I'm Kyle, aka Mr. SpaceHeater.
And I'm Alex, aka Nomads Customs.
And we're scanning out from TouchBase Podcast, level 17. Later, guys.
See you.